Hello again, I am Blunty, and as I say these words into a microphone, recording them for the purposes of a voiceover for this video, it has been about 5.5 hours since Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut on PC became available on Steam. And I have spent the last few of those hours fiddling around with it, testing it out on the ROG Ally, as you can see there. Because I'm very curious to see how it goes on this handheld PC gaming device. The port was done by Nixies, who have done several other ports of PlayStation exclusive games for PC, including Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales. The first one of those running pretty damn great on the ROG Ally, and the second one, well, couldn't ever quite get it to an ideal place, really. It runs and runs okay, but not quite where I wanted to be to call it properly playable. So I was very curious to see where Ghost lands. It's from a different studio entirely originally, of course, and it runs on a completely different game engine. But like the original Spider-Man, it did start life as a PlayStation 4 game, whilst Miles Morales was made specifically for PS5. So I was expecting it to run pretty damn good. All of that said, it was sort of the swan song for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 4 Pro for that matter, and it did push those machines to their absolute limits. So while in theory a PlayStation 4 port should just work fine on the Ally, that has got plenty of power for that, it was never a foregone conclusion. But I am happy to report that it does work really well. It seems to be quite a solid port. I've been testing it on the Ally, I've been testing it on my big rig gaming PC where I can max everything out at 4K, and chances are pretty good I'm going to have some more detailed videos about this kind of stuff coming real soon. But today is a stream day, so this video has to kind of be a quick and dirty thing that I want to get up and out there before I start streaming this game properly today over on the Twitch. So real fast for the curious, my recommended settings for the ROG Ally, you should be running it at 900p, that really nice balance point between sort of saving a little overhead and still keeping really nice fidelity for the graphics, especially if you're playing handheld. Of course, you want to be using AMD FSR 3.0 upscaling in the balanced upscale quality mode. And as far as graphics settings go, you can just go to the standard medium settings. The only thing I changed about them is turning motion blur down because I friggin' hate motion blur. It makes me feel sick. And under those settings, in my few hours of testing at least so far, it's been great. We're running sort of anywhere between 40 and 60 FPS, which is absolutely the sweet spot for this game. You really don't want to be running this game at 30 FPS. It just doesn't feel right. You want at least 40 FPS. You want to be targeting 45, reaching for 60. And that's where we are without much fiddling at all right here. And as for the power profile, I am using the sort of, again, the community agreed on sweet spot of a custom 18 watt power mode. You are going to lose a small fistful of FPS if you drop down into the standard 15 watt mode, and you get a little bit more if you jump up into the 30 watt mode. I'll show you some of that later on. But yeah, recommended settings, 900p, medium settings, motion blur down, AMD FSR 3.0 in balanced, and that's all you really need to do to get a really nice feeling, responsive, snappy gameplay out of this game. And it can run even smoother as well. If you are running in a handheld mode, you can turn on AMD fluid motion frames. They're a frame generation technology. You can't see that in any of the direct recorded footage I've got here because it does not work when you are mirroring the screen out to HDMI like I have to for, for the sake of capturing this stuff. I haven't done a lot of testing with that so far. It's a very new feature as it is, and this is the first game that I have in my library that supports it natively, so I want to do some fiddling and testing on that. I'll probably come back with a video on some more details about how well that works and what the compromises are, maybe. Let me know if you're curious about that, but in the meantime, I'm just going to let the rest play out for you. Frame rates are on screen, as is the power mode, and yeah, frankly, I'd be really quite happy to play this in handheld mode. So yeah, if you're hoping to play this game on your ROG Ally or similar handheld, running the same AMD hardware, yeah, you're sweet. Good to go. Thanks for watching. Might see you on the stream later today, eh? I'm Blunty. I'll catch you next time.
Who's there? Where? You're no match! Take him! I'm losing him! Just find him! Please protect us.